Yes, and Mishka, you're having an exhibition here at the Örebro Konsthall, art hall, or what we'll call it internationally, and you call it counterintelligence.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about your thoughts behind the name.
Well, I like the ambiguity of counterintelligence in that it kind of means two things. One is it's a really important part of government activity, to try and find out what's going on and do something about it. But also that counterintelligence also hints at stupidity, against intelligence, which kind of seems like a good word for where we are now.
But you're working a lot with the internet and and computers, pictures.
Yeah, I've worked a lot with. I kind of think of the screen as the canvas of the 21st century, really, or the page of the 21st century. So it seems very natural to me to make work using the screen and the network and to see what's out there.
Yeah, and I know the piece about the pieces about the American beef industry has it actually helped changing the laws?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the work was made, from Manchester remotely. I came across these places and couldn't believe what I was looking at. I'd never seen anything like it. And it turns out that, and the work caused quite a commotion in the US. And then somebody told me that it was actually illegal in a number of states to photograph these places because there were what are called agricultural gagging laws that prevent the photographing of these places. And so American consumers had never really seen these sites. And 97% of all beef in the US goes through a feedlot. But Americans had never really seen them before, and so it caused quite a scandal, and there were a number of campaigns, and that led to the laws being changed in some states. So yeah, it was amazing to see a screenshot result in a change in the law.
The power of a screenshot.
How ridiculous is that?
The power of a screenshot.
The power of a single screenshot.
Yeah, I think that's fascinating.
Screenshots can change the world.
Yeah, maybe your new slogan.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's very interesting, and the way you work with pictures, and what you thought around the pictures, and it's always a lot talks about copyright things and stuff like that. I think my thought about your work is a little bit about, like, in the music industry, you can still do arrangements of other person's music, and that's totally okay.
Is it?
Yes, it's actually. So I think that what you're doing is something like an arrangement of the photographs.
It's composition. It's a new composition.
It's a new composition of the photographs.
Yeah. Yeah, you could say that, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
And I think it's interesting because, like your pictures, the Google Map pictures, there you're making this about the Spanish sex trade or something, or what it's really about. But it takes the pictures, makes it in a totally different direction that most people, I think about, and you're just zapping. Okay, it's the Spanish, let's call it countryside. And you're not really. I'm talking about myself. Then you're zapping. When I'm zapping Google Maps, I'm just checking out the countryside or something like that. It's not. I'm not. Yeah, I realize now that I'm not really taking in what's happening in the picture, actually. I think that's interesting.
Okay.
But what's your thought when you started to do this piece?
Which one?
The what you call this? You have on
No Man's Land.
No Man's Land. Yes.
What was I thinking?
Yeah. What was your original thought when you started up the whole process?
Well, I was looking for sex workers
Yeah.
on Street View. That was it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole backstory, but
Yeah.
do you want me to go into that?
Yeah. Some little bit about of the backstory of the work.
Well, my partner was working with sex workers in Manchester,
Yeah.
and she's a photographer, and it's very difficult to find an image that can, convey what's involved and how it affects you when you work in that business. And she really struggled with it. And I came across one of the sex workers in Manchester on Street View by chance, and it really struck me as an image, this kind of solitary female figure in the middle of a kind of post-industrial landscape captured by the Street View cameras. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. The way the face is blurred, is scratched out, the way the image isn't quite perfect. It seemed like a brilliant solution to the problem of representation.
Yeah.
So that's how it started.